Hey loves, this is Bobby and I'm here with another vlog. And this is going to be vlog number 50, and for a big number like 50, this is going to be totally a lackluster one because guess who is in a reading slump? It's me. I'm pretty sure you guessed because it's my vlog. But yeah, it's been a rough week. As you saw last week, it was pretty rough too. I was like denying that I was in a reading slump, but it's like a combination of a reading slump and picking some really just lackluster books. I've had a few that have just like thrown me and then it just keeps on happening, and I'm pretty sure I have my first DNF. Yeah, because it's bad. And what I mean is bad, I mean it's bad. I almost DNF'd the book in the first like 30 seconds of the audiobook, and I'll get into that one in a minute. But yeah, work has just been super crazy. We're in this weird limbo of we have issues with our building, so it's like, are we going to open? Are we not going to open? They keep pushing the dates back. They keep changing the menu, and it's just a mess, and I am just like a ball of like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing at this point. But yeah. And then last Sunday with the whole showing up to work, and then there was a power outage and literally had to sit there for 8 hours and do nothing, and it's just like, And then we've been getting super busy for what we are doing, and it's just a constant like, I can't catch up, and I'm just like, ugh. It's like I'm not stressed or anxious or anything. It's just like a lot, I guess. And then this reading slump isn't helping. The only reason I got in the books that I did do is because I've just been doing audiobooks while at work, and I haven't even been doing those all that much. I know it doesn't seem like a reading slump because of I am going to talk about 4 books, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's 4 books I'm talking about. If you haven't guessed, this is going to be the only update for this vlog. So yeah, I'm going to ramble. Forewarned right now. But yeah, so reading slump, and then just work's been crazy, and then I decided like randomly I was just gonna start watching a bunch of just like Asian dramas. I started off with The Kingdom, which is a Korean zombie show on Netflix, which was freaking amazing. And then it's like, hey, you like that? And then all of a sudden I got recommended Words of Honor, I think it was called. That one was freaking phenomenal. And then from there, it's like, hey, watch this other one called The Untamed. So from there, and now I'm like in this weird like rom-com, what you call BL, Asian drama, just world. Now I've literally watched like 10 different shows, and that's all I've been doing. I haven't even been listening to audiobooks at work because I've been watching all of these damn shows, and I've just been marathoning them, and honestly they have been helping. Yeah, it's like I haven't been getting reading in, but while at work I'm watching these super cutesy drama filled shows, and it's just making me feel better, so I'm sticking with those for right now. So yeah, reading wise I'm probably not gonna finish my TBR, but I'm not stressing out about it too much, just for the fact that I know if I do, I'm really not going to enjoy anything I read. So I got to do what I got to do. But book-wise, once I knew I was starting to get into this reading slump, I decided one of the things that always helps me get out of a reading slump is doing a reread of a favorite. This one was already on my list, and I was really excited, and I was doing the audiobook for it. So I did do it. I did finish it, and it stayed at a 5-star, and that is Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. This is a reread of a reread. But this is the first time I did the audiobook. I really did enjoy the audiobook, but I think this is one where in the future when I do another reread, I will go physical with it. The narrator was really good. I didn't like his voice for Adam. It felt way too mature for a kid that's supposed to be like 11. But if you don't know what Good Omens is about, honestly, I'd recommend the TV show that's on Amazon. It was amazing. But if you don't know what this is about, we are following an angel and a demon. They become friends, and they kind of screw up in a way, and the end of the world is supposed to be happening, but they have the wrong kid, and a bunch of just craziness happens. This is a really funny book. I love this book so much. I totally just gave like the most simplest explanation for this book, and I didn't do it justice at all or explain it very well, but it's really funny. It's super sarcastic. I really love the characters. Everything about this was just, I enjoyed it. I've read it a couple times and it's been 5 stars every time. I did like like I said, I did like the audiobook. It was really well narrated and everything. I just didn't like I didn't like the voice for Adam. And then this is just one like American Gods and stuff where I think I'm just going to stick with reading them physically when I do decide to do rereads, because these are definitely books that I would do rereads on. But yeah, this is the illustrated edition, and since I was in a slump and I didn't really feel like picking up a book, I did not actually look through all of the pictures, which I want to go through again. But like I said, I will do a reread of this probably next year. I tend to read it almost every year or so. But yeah, it was great. It was funny. Like I said, the narrator was cool. It's just, this, I think, did help for the fact that I was able to just kind of listen to it, and I knew everything that was happening, so I didn't feel like, oh my god, I have to pay super close attention, because I know everything that's going on in this. But yeah, I recommend the show if you are interested, or if you struggled with this. I do recommend the show. It was really fun. The next one I went with is one that honestly surprised me. I'm going with 3 stars on it, but this is a good 3 stars. It was very, it was just a really good, fast-paced, cool YA book. And that is Mirage by Somaya Daoud. Or Dowd. Somaya Daoud, I believe is how it's pronounced. This is honestly nothing what I was expecting at all. Like, from the opening, I was like, wait, what? If you don't know, I don't tend to read what books are about all that much. I kind of look up like the basis of it so I can talk about it when I'm like doing a TBR. But I did not really do that at all with this one. This was a complete cover buy. I thought it was a really pretty cool cover. I thought this was a like fantasy, this has like, I thought it was like a Moroccan inspired fantasy with, we've got like the Prince and the Pauper type of thing going on, except this is a princess and a, not a pauper, but like a princess and a farm girl. I don't actually know what a pauper is now that I think of it, but hey, whatever. This is a sci-fi. I thought this was a fantasy. It is a sci-fi. It takes place in space. We have different planets. I was like, wait, what? Like, as soon as that part, it's literally like the opening thing. It talks about it, and I'm like, wait. But this is a Moroccan-inspired, sci-fi. It's really cool. The world was cool. It's super fast-paced. It's not a big book. I am interested in checking out the sequel for sure. We are following a young girl. She's 16 or 18. I think she's 18. She has just had her like kind of adult, coming in as a woman type of party, and they are invaded by these their droids. This feels very with a lot of the terms and stuff, it feels very Star Warsy. And the droids come in and they take her. They're scanning all the girls' faces. They scan her face, and she's taken. She doesn't know why. She's transferred to a different planet. And when she gets there, no one has ever seen the princess, is the thing, of this like conquering alien race. And when she gets there, she finally sees the princess, and she realizes they are literally like doubles. They look like identical twins. And they have to kind of do a little bit of like surgery here and there to make sure, like, because she's, obviously poor, so her, she's a little like sunken in and stuff. And this princess, though, is a horrible person. That is one of the reasons why this went with 3 stars, is the fact that I really am sick and tired of authors making one of the characters like just despicable. And I like despicable characters. Like, I'm cool with that. I love it. It's honestly one of my favorite types of characters. But making them so horrible, and then all of a sudden we're supposed to start feeling sorry for them. We're trying to do the redemption arc, but the only kind of redemption they had is, oh, boo-hoo-hoo, mommy and daddy didn't love me enough. That's it. Like, that is the basis for them being really, really cruel people. Like, she tortures, Amani, is the name of the main character. She literally, like, tortures her and stuff. And she's an all-around just horrible person, but it's because, she's got mommy and daddy issues. And it's not handled right. Like, we could have got a lot more build up. The one other thing about this is pacing is very, very weird. It's super fast. Like, we're just like boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, you have no time to kind of like get a grasp of like anything that's kind of going on. Everything's explained really well. It just doesn't feel, it's very shallow is what it is. I felt like it should have been a little longer just to kind of get you more adapted into everything that's going on and the characters, because everything just feels so rushed, and the time jumping on the timeline is really fast. Like all of us, I can't even tell you like how long everything is supposed to happen, because it felt like it was like everything was happening like literally in a day, but apparently it was like over almost a year or so. I don't know. It was crazy. But yeah, I didn't like the princess character. It's like Madam, I think, or yeah, Madam. But the Moroccan-inspired sci-fi was really cool. That really kept me interested. I do recommend this if you just want like a really tropey, fast-paced, surprisingly sci-fi, book. It was cool. Like I said, I want to check out the second book. I did like our main character though. She was really likable. I, believed everything she was kind of going through. I just really wish everything was like slowed down a lot more in here. It was just way too fast. Everything kind of coming at you, and you had no time to breathe or really feel for too many of the characters. Like I said, we're supposed to feel sorry for the princess after she's been like god awful the entire book, and then, oh, I'm sorry, everybody hates you, but you're cruel. So, but I recommend it. It was fun. The next book that I am almost done with, this was the audiobook I picked up today, and the only reason I did this one is because the other audiobook I was listening to, I'm probably going to DNF it because I'm still not getting into that book yet. Yeah, last vlog, Meet Cute Diary was just like, 10 minutes of me ranting, so I'm trying not to do that with this one, because I don't even have that much to rant about that other book, because I haven't read very much of it, or listened to very much of it, and I'm already like, but the one I'm currently listening to, and I'm almost done with, is The House with Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson. On my Tic-Tac-4 board for the Facebook group that I'm in, I have a middle grade as one of my prompts. I bought this a while ago. I thought it was really cool cover, and it sounded really cute. We're following the story of a young girl named Marinka, and her grandmother is a Yaga, like a Baba Yaga, which she is a witch type of character that helps dead souls cross over into the other world, and she lives in a house with chicken legs, and the house moves around. It just kind of up and decides to leave. The thing is with Marinka, she doesn't want to be a Yaga. It is her in her blood. She is the next in line, but she doesn't want to be one because she wants to be able to explore the world. She's very sheltered. I think she's like 13. So not quite this is written very middle grade, but with an older type of character, I feel. But it's really fast-paced, really fun. I'm probably, as of right now, going with a 3-star, and this is another really good 3-star, like with Mirage, where I liked it. It's a really fun book. My main thing with this one is that I'm struggling with is that Marinka is very, how to put this, wishy-washy, kind of. She gets very annoyed when other people do, kind of lie or do kind of bad things, but then she turns around and does the exact same thing and doesn't find an issue with it. The other thing is her relationship with her grandmother. It's like a positive Mother Gothel, like from Rapunzel. Her grandmother does love her and care about her, but at the same time her grandmother is very, you can't leave this house, you can't go anywhere, you can't do this, you can't do that, because this is your destiny and you have no choice in the matter. So it's very, she feels like a captive, but her grandmother does actually really love and care about her. So it's a really weird balance in there, and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm excited to see where this is going. It's had quite a few like little twists and turns. I love the world going on in here. That's what's really keeping me, is the storytelling in here, like the different, we get different, the different aspects of this, crossing over, and these kind of death parties where the dead are drawn to the house because this is where they're going to be able to cross over, and the fact that her grandmother talks to these souls and learns about their life so that she can help them cross over. It's really well done. I really like it. It's just, like I said, Marinka and her grandmother, I've got very, very mixed feelings with both of them, especially their relationship. It's very weird. It's not really positive, but then it is like, I don't know. I'm trying to picture reading this as a kid, and I would be very, very confused and I would need someone to kind of understand, like explain to me kind of that relationship, because it's kind of unhealthy, but it's loving at the same time. I don't know. It's weird. But I can't wait to see how I like this one. I'll probably finish it tomorrow, but I don't think I'll do another update. I am excited though. I really like it. That was really fun. The world is the one that's just taking me away. I really like the storytelling. Anderson has a really good writing style and stuff is really cool. So yes. Now on to this next book, which is honestly going to probably be a DNF, and I am like maybe 30% into it, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to listen to it anymore. And that's bad for an audiobook, because I can get through audiobooks I don't like. It's very, very hard for me to I don't want to listen to this. And that is She's Too Pretty to Burn by Wendy Hurd. This is the sapphic Dorian Gray retelling, and dear Lord, it is awful. This book is purely aesthetic. If that aesthetic is being completely vapid and holds absolutely no substance whatsoever, and some of the most boring, shallow, and uninteresting characters I have ever read in my entire life. And let me tell you, that's saying something. There is literally no point to this book at all. And I'm 30% into it, and I am like, none of these characters are likable, relatable, or even interesting. We have, I don't even know their names. I'm not even going to look up their names, so this is really going to be weird to talk about. But we've got one of our main characters. She is the absolutely beautiful, but doesn't realize it, swimmer. She's got an athletic body, and she's just so gorgeous, but she's terrified of getting her picture taken because she just feels like she's so ugly. And her mother is a aging model that forces her daughter to want to model as well, even though her daughter literally doesn't, and threatens to take all of her money from her because they're broke. And then we've got the love interest, who she's a photographer, but not just any photographer. She's better than the rest, and she's really cruel and kind of an ass. And then we have her best friend, who's the only one I know his name, because his name is Nico, and that is my boss's name. So yeah, and I feel really bad because this character, I hate him. He's creepy. He's I think supposed to be 20 or 21, and he's hanging out with a bunch of high school girls. Yeah, and they're all pretentious. Every single one of these people are just pretentious as hell. They're not interesting. You could see where the Dorian Gray, I've actually never read Dorian Gray, but I know the story. I think it's one of those, it's so well known and iconic that you don't have to have actually read it to know it. I do want to read it. I just bought it recently. I got it for my birthday. I bought myself one of the Barnes & Noble leather-bound editions. But you can see where this is going, and it's just not interesting. I am rolling my eyes. The dialogue is terrible. The narrator is awful. Everybody talks like they're in a soap opera. What? You took my picture? I'm not gonna lie. This is the mom's voice. What do you mean you don't want to model? We're gonna do this together, or I'm gonna kick you out of the house. I am not over exaggerating. That is exactly the mom's voice. I am watching a bunch of freaking dramas right now. These things are just rom-com-y, total overacting weirdness going on in these shows, and their acting is less overacted than the mother's acting in this, and all of them, it's just horrible. It's not interesting. It's not even well written. Nothing important has happened at all. And the other thing about this, there's two things. One of the characters, the photographer character, she really enjoys old movies, just vintage movies. There's just something so different about vintage movies, like Pulp Fiction. Yes, I do know Pulp Fiction is an older movie. I get that. It is not a vintage movie, though. She puts Vertigo by, Hitchcock, and Pulp Fiction by Tarantino in the same category. I don't know. The other thing is, this book makes me feel old as hell. The way the characters talk is and everything about it is like the most vapid teenager type of thing. I am not one that gets into the whole like Gen Z and millennial, you know, Gen X type of thing. I don't care. Everybody do whatever the hell you want. But the way people talk about, even people like my age, like millennials, the way they talk about Gen Z, like the ones that are like super, oh my god, Gen Z, what is it? Yeah, Gen Zs, they just don't understand anything. They're just kids and blah, blah, blah. That is the way this book is written. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, it's so immature. And like I said, the characters are terrible. It's just bad. There is nothing good about this. It's not even interesting. I don't even care where it's going. I want to try and push through it because I don't want to DNF, but at the same time, with the way I'm in a slump and I don't want to keep reading this, I'm probably going to DNF it. It's bad though. It's just, what the hell? So there we go. That is my update. And I totally rambled for like 20 minutes. And my vlog is still going to be super long. Don't ask. I don't know at this point. But yeah. So hopefully I can get out of this slump. I'm not pushing myself too bad right now. I'm just trying to get through my TBR, but at a slower pace. My battery totally like died on me, and my ring light battery is totally dying on me. Like, this is just not working out for me. So I'm going to wrap this up. So yeah, I got to edit this thing down because I just totally complained for like 20 minutes. But yeah. There we go. There's my very weird slumpy, but I still read a bunch of books. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, hopefully next week will be better, but I'm not really shoving. I'm not pushing myself too hard. I'm just trying to get through this TBR as best as I can and hopefully finish everything. But yeah, there we go. I'm probably going to end up taking 2 punishments next month because I have a feeling I can't pick up Malice because I can't pick up anything physically. I just don't want to sit down and read anything. Audiobooks, just because at work, and even at work I'm not reading them because like I said, I've been watching TV while I'm at work. I've still got, I think 3 or 4 audiobooks that I can do. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. So we'll find out next week. We will all find out together because I don't know at this point. I really do not know. But I will check in with you guys next week. I hope you had a much better week than me. Let me know what you're reading. As always, I'm Bobby. I will drop all the social media links down below. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you next week. Happy reading. Bye.